Welcome back on a cloudy Thursday morning. Had to think about that for a second. It's 7:13 right now. We're glad you're waking up with us here on King 5 Mornings. Jake?
Thanks, Mimi. We have a true Seattle sports legend in the house this morning, and I am just stoked to meet you here. Spencer Haywood, NBA Hall of Fame legend and former Seattle Sonic. Lots of good stuff to talk about here this morning. Also, Dwayne Clark, the director of the documentary on this guy, talking about civil rights this morning. You were honored this week by state lawmakers and the governor. There's a resolution about your work, not only in the NBA, but with civil rights. Yes. How does it feel to be recognized now for this?
Well, I knew it was civil rights. I knew what I was getting into when I was here back in 1970 and 71, being a 20-year-old young man. And when we got to the Supreme Court, it hit me then because you had Muhammad Ali and they were fighting for boxing, and you had Kurt Flood fighting for baseball, and there I was in there for basketball, and they were just explaining to me that what monumental thing you're doing. And I was like, I just wanted to help my mama get some money so we can get a house and live. So it was the right to work ruling for which I was trying to overturn.
It's an unbelievable story, and Dwayne, you helped tell the story in a documentary. What compelled you about this story? Can you kind of touch on that?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people think this is a sports story, but I think Spencer did an incredible thing for the sports world. I mean, he allowed people like Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry and LeBron James, who makes almost $31 million a year, to do this. I mean, he created this pathway for these NBA legends. And it's more of a civil rights story, a human rights story than anything else, because his mom was making $2 a day picking cotton. And he created the way for these NBA legends to really make a career and a life in sports.
Right. And Spencer, what do you say to the kids who may look up to you and see you as a historical figure, as motivation for them?
Well, you know, it's happening now because of the film, because of the NBA, the Hall of Fame, and the governor's resolution yesterday. I was at the All-Star game, and I'm just sitting on the sideline, and where normally I'm sitting up in the bleachers, and the NBA commissioner brought me down near him, and I'm sitting there. And so the players are running down the floor, Durant and all of them, and they looking at me like, the man. I kept looking around like, oh, me?
You mean me? You're so humble. This guy's so humble.
So it's quite fitting, and it's also a good time in my life because it's. I'm a very spiritual person, so I let the higher power bring everything that is right for me at this time.
That's a terrific jump shot there, too. We got to see some
sweet jump.
So here is that resolution. This is the actual one right here, honoring you, the governor. I think we have a picture of you as well with the gov. Yep, here we go. But again, just the honor bestowed upon you for your work with civil rights and so forth. Very cool stuff, and I'm glad to see that this is happening. So I got to ask you as well this morning, sir, what do you think about the Supersonics? I mean, we've got this debate going with the arena and the Sonics. I'm sure you want to see the team back.
I want to see the team back. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver wants to see the team back, and they want to see it back in the next couple of years. So I know we won't have an arena built at the time, but we can always play at Key Arena until we get the other one built. But we need to break ground. We need to, I need to sit down with City Council and explain the history of the Sonics, because my case, Haywood versus the NBA, started right here in Seattle, and at that time, we only had 16 teams. And so when we broke that case open, we grew to 32 teams. And we grew from enormous wealth for the NBA, which was $250 million now to $2 billion. So we have given the NBA all of its wheels, all of its glory, and yet the NBA want to come back and give us this team. So we don't need to study and be all analytical as we can be up here. So we need to just pull the string and make it happen.
Right. And
so we can have this team right away, because it would be nice to have the team here in 2 years, and on the third year, we have the All-Star game here, and let Russell Wilson, because he will be one of the owners, and let him and all of the Seahawks be the host of that All-Star game.
It really is a great sports town. Dwayne, are you continuing to tell the story here? Your documentary keeps moving on, doesn't it?
Yeah, and in fact, many universities are picking up the story. The NBA's taking the story almost as a civil rights emblem and spreading it around the NBA. Stanford University called me 2 days ago. They want to show it to their student athletes.
That's
so
terrific.
it's really taken on a life of its own. I'm really proud of Spencer for it.
Yeah.
Seattle grown.
Seattle grown. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8". I'm way up in this chair, and you're all the way up the bottom.
I'm just like lounging, you know, like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll just sit back here with you. All right. Spencer, pleasure to meet you, sir. Thank
pleasure.
you.
Real pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dwayne Clark, well, thanks for being here this
Thank
morning.
you.
Mimi, send it to you.
I'd love to know if